If you over 60 and your mornings feel harder than they used to, maybe you wake up stiff, a little foggy, or unsure on your feet, I want to talk to you directly today, because there's something important most seniors have never been told. I'm Dr. Mark Turner, and for nearly 30 years I've helped older adults regain their balance, sharpen their memory, and feel confident in their mornings again. And one thing I've learned is this: the first 5 minutes after you wake up can predict how the next 10, 20, or even 30 years of your life will feel. I know that sounds dramatic, but every single day in my clinic, I see seniors who are tired, dizzy, forgetful, or low energy, not because they're old, but because their mornings are working against their biology. Most people don't realize this, but the moment you open your eyes, your body is in one of its most vulnerable states of the entire day. Your blood pressure is at its lowest. Your brain is still switching from sleep mode to alertness. Your joints are dry and stiff, and your balance system is half awake. That's why so many seniors tell me, I feel fine once I'm moving. But those first minutes are a struggle. What they don't know is that the struggle is avoidable. The truth no one explains clearly. As we age, our bodies don't just get slow, they become more sensitive to transitions, especially the transition from sleeping to standing. And this tiny window of time affects everything that happens after. Your memory, your circulation, your balance, your energy, your mood, your inflammation, even your longevity. And here's the part that shocks many of my patients. A few small habits in the first 300 seconds of your day can slow brain aging, reduce dizziness, protect your heart, and improve your mental clarity without medication. Not because they're magical, but because they support systems your body depends on every morning. We're talking about the same habits used in longevity regions like Japan, Sardinia, and the Nicoya Peninsula, places where seniors routinely stay sharp and active well into their 80s and 90s. But we're also combining those habits with modern US medical insights from places like Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins, and the Cleveland Clinic. And today, I'm going to walk you through this entire system, what this video will reveal. Before we jump into the steps, let me tell you what you'll discover in this series: why your mornings feel stiff, foggy, or unsteady, and why it has nothing to do with old age. The common morning mistakes that silently drain your energy, a simple new routine that protects your brain, balance, and blood pressure, and the 8 scientifically backed actions that can help you feel sharper within days. But unlike the original viral version you may have seen online, I'm reorganizing these habits into a clearer, more natural flow, specifically for people over 60. Why? Because the order matters more than the steps themselves. And once the order is correct, seniors tell me things like, I feel steady again. My mornings don't scare me anymore. My mind wakes up faster. I didn't expect this to work, but I feel different. Why mornings become harder after 60? Let me pull back the curtain for a moment. When you're younger, your body shifts from sleep to standing like flipping a switch. Quick, automatic, effortless. But after 60, the switch becomes more like a dimmer. Blood pressure stabilizes more slowly, balance takes longer to activate. Cognitive systems warm up more gradually, joints lose overnight lubrication, hydration levels drop significantly, the heart needs a few extra beats to catch up. This doesn't mean you're declining. It means your body has earned the right to slow down. But that also means your morning routine must evolve. If you use the same habits you used at 30 or 40, popping up fast, drinking coffee first thing, grabbing your phone, walking before your balance wakes up, you push your body into shock. And that's where the problems start. Dizziness, sudden blood pressure drops, blackouts, morning anxiety, brain fog, slow reaction time, stiff joints, irregular heartbeat sensations. Not because you're fragile, but because you weren't taught the new rules. Today, I'm giving you those rules. Why this new structure works better. Instead of giving you 8 scattered steps, I want to show you the routine in the same structure I use in my clinic, divided into 3 powerful pillars. Pillar 1. Protect your circulation. Before you move, drink, or think about your phone, you must stabilize your blood flow and wake your joints safely. This includes slow waking, gentle micro-movements, joint activation, barefoot grounding. These steps protect your heart, your blood pressure, and most importantly, your fall risk. Pillar 2. Protect your brain. Once your circulation is stable, your brain is ready for oral detox. Clean hydration, light glucose, early cognitive activation. This sequence can lift morning fog, reduce inflammation, and sharpen memory within minutes. Pillar 3. Reset your hormones. Finally, to set your mood, energy, and sleep rhythm for the rest of the day. We use morning light, gentle breathing, a spoken morning intention. This resets cortisol, boosts serotonin, and stabilizes your emotional state. When these three pillars lock into place in the right order, seniors often feel the difference on day one. Before we move into the first pillar, I want to ask you a question, and please answer it in the comments. What is the very first thing you feel when you wake up? Is it stiffness, fog, a fast heartbeat, a sense of imbalance, or something else? Your answer helps me understand what your body needs most, and I reply to every comment with personalized guidance. Now that we've set the foundation, in the next part we'll begin with pillar 1, protecting your circulation, and I'll show you the hash. One mistake almost every senior makes in the first 10 seconds after waking. But here's the hopeful part. Your morning doesn't have to be dangerous at all. In fact, just a few smart habits done slowly, gently, and consistently can transform your bloodstream from morning risk mode into morning protection mode. In this second part, I'm going to share the first group of habits that focus on protecting your circulation. These habits help thin your blood naturally, stabilize your heart, and give your brain the oxygen it needs before you even leave the bedroom. Think of this as the circulation reset that every person above 60 should be doing. Let's begin. Habit Group 1. Hydration, blood flow, and gentle activation. 1. Start your morning before you even get out of bed. This is the step that most people skip. You open your eyes and immediately try to sit up. But that sudden transition is exactly what triggers dizziness, imbalance, or a heart rate spike. So here's what I tell every patient. When you wake up, don't move yet. Just stay still for 30 seconds. Give your heart time to adjust. Give your blood vessels time to wake up with you. If you can, take 3 to 5 slow breaths through your nose. Inhale gently, exhale even more gently. This helps lower your cortisol levels, relaxes your nervous system, and gives your cardiovascular system a softer start. It sounds simple, I know, but trust me, this alone has prevented countless morning falls and dizzy spells for my older patients. 2. Drink water before you stand up. Remember what we talked about earlier. Your blood is thicker in the morning, like syrup that hasn't been warmed yet. When your blood is thick, your heart has to push harder, and your risk of clotting goes up. One solution is incredibly effective. Drink a glass of water before you get out of bed. I recommend keeping a cup or small bottle on your nightstand. Even just 150 to 200 milliliters helps. Thin the blood, naturally reduce strain on the heart, wake up your digestive system, reduce the morning cortisol peak, improve balance and alertness. Most seniors wait until breakfast to drink water, and by then the body has already gone through the most dangerous window of the day. So yes, that small sip of water is one of the easiest heart protection habits you can do. 3. Use the side roll method to sit up safely. This next step comes directly from hospitals and rehabilitation centers, but it works incredibly well for seniors at home. Instead of suddenly pushing your head and torso upward, do this, step by step. 1. Roll onto your side first. 2. Bring your legs slightly over the edge of the bed. 3. Use your arm to gently push yourself up to a sitting position. Why does this matter? Because it prevents the sudden drop of blood flow to the brain, reduces dizziness, eases pressure on the lower back, allows your heart rate to rise gradually instead of suddenly. When patients switch to this method, morning lightheadedness often disappears entirely within a week. 4. Warm up your circulation with ankle pumps. Before you stand up, I want you to do a tiny, simple movement. Ankle pumps. Point your toes toward you, then point them away. Do that 10 to 15 times. This activates the calf muscles. Your second heart pushes blood upward, prevents pooling in the legs, boosts circulation before standing. Seniors who have swelling, varicose veins, or cold feet benefit tremendously from this. It's one of the best anti-clot, anti-swelling habits you can do right in bed. 5. Stand up in 2 stages. Not one. When most people stand, they do it in one quick motion. But for people over 60, that single movement can cause a sudden drop in brain oxygen, a temporary blackout sensation, wobbly balance, rapid heartbeats. So here's a safer method. Stage 1. From sitting, lift your torso tall. Place your feet flat on the floor. Pause for 3 to 4 seconds. Stage 2. Stand up slowly while exhaling. Don't hold your breath. That increases blood pressure. This simple habit dramatically reduces the morning blood pressure spike. Habit Group 2. Improve blood flow for the next 2 to 3 hours. Now that your body has transitioned safely from lying, give sitting, give standing, it's time to support your circulation for the hours ahead. 6. Do the chair march for 30 seconds. Sit on the edge of your bed or a safe chair. Lift one knee, then the other. Like slow marching, just 30 seconds is enough to improve leg circulation, warm up joints, increase blood flow to the brain, stabilize your blood pressure. Many of my patients say this feels like turning on the body's motor for the day. 7. Gentle shoulder rolls to stimulate upper body circulation. People forget that poor blood flow to the brain often starts with tension in the neck and shoulders. A stiff upper body restricts circulation, especially first thing in the morning. Do this 10 times forward and 10 times backward. Lift the shoulders, roll them back, relax them down. This helps oxygen reach the brain more easily and reduces morning headaches. 8. The 60-second heart-opening stretch. Stand tall. Place your hands behind your lower back and gently squeeze your shoulder blades. This opens the chest, expands the lungs, and gives the heart more room to pump efficiently. Seniors with shallow breathing or morning fatigue benefit greatly from this habit. Why these habits work? What we're doing here is very simple. We are removing all the stress factors that make mornings dangerous and replacing them with small actions that thin the blood, stabilize heart rate, improve oxygen flow, activate the leg muscles, lower cortisol, support brain circulation. The best part: none of these habits require exercise equipment, strength, long routines, perfect health. They're gentle, safe, and deeply effective for people over 60. Now, we're moving into one of the most important and often most overlooked areas for people over 60, your brain's morning vulnerability. You see, when you wake up, your brain is not fully on yet. Blood flow is still catching up. Nerve signals are still warming up. And if you're over 60, the brain has a harder time adjusting to sudden stimulation or sudden movement. That's why so many seniors tell me things like, "I feel foggy in the morning. My thoughts take longer to form. It takes me time to feel balanced. My memory feels slower right after I wake up." None of this is a sign of failure. This is just the biology of the aging brain. But the good news: there are simple habits that switch on the brain gently and safely, reducing the risks and sharpening mental clarity for the rest of the day. So let's explore the brain protection morning routine. Habit group 3. Protecting your brain. 1. Let your eyes wake up slowly. Most people open their eyes and immediately expose them to light, whether it's a lamp, a phone screen, or sunlight, but the optic nerve is directly connected to the brain. A sudden flash of light can overwhelm the brain the way loud music overwhelms your ears. For seniors, this can trigger headaches, confusion, a sharp rise in cortisol, a temporary spike in blood pressure. So instead, when you wake up, start with soft visual stimulation. Here's how. Keep your eyes half open for a few seconds. Let the room come into focus naturally. Avoid turning on bright lights. Absolutely avoid checking your phone right away. This small change prevents the brain from being shocked into wakefulness. 2. Stimulate your brain with controlled breathing. Deep breathing is not just for relaxation. It increases blood flow to the brain. After age 60, the brain depends even more on oxygen to maintain clarity, memory, and balance. Here's the technique I recommend. 4 to 6 breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat 5 to 7 times. Why does this matter? Because the longer exhale lowers morning stress hormone levels, improves oxygen exchange, calms the nervous system, increases blood flow to the front area of the brain, responsible for decision-making and memory. My patients tell me this one technique alone reduces their morning confusion by nearly 50%. 3. Use the neck switch-on movement. The neck is the bridge between your brain and the rest of your body. If neck muscles are stiff, which they often are in seniors, blood flow to the brain can be restricted. A simple movement can help. Neck switch on. Slowly turn your head to the right. Pause. Turn your head to the left. Pause. Do this 5 times. This improves brain circulation, reduces morning dizziness, relaxes the nerves at the base of the skull, helps with visual clarity and balance. Never force this movement. Keep it slow and comfortable. 4. Gentle face activation. This might sound unusual, but activating the facial nerves wakes up the brain extremely effectively. Why? Because there are over a dozen cranial nerves that pass through the face, including the nerves that control expression, chewing, blinking, and speaking. Here's the exercise. Face activation routine. Raise your eyebrows, close your eyes, tightly smile, widely relaxed. Repeat 5 to 7 times. This simple routine stimulates brain-to-muscle communication, improves alertness, reduces stiffness around the jaw, helps with swallowing and speech clarity. It's like turning on the lights in your nervous system. 5. The 60-second balance reset. Balance issues are incredibly common in people over 60 because the brain's balance center, located in the cerebellum, becomes less responsive over time. But a quick morning exercise can sharpen it. Balance reset. Stand near a wall or counterlift, one foot slightly, hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Switch sides. This improves neural coordination, ankle stability, leg-brain communication, blood flow to the inner ear, which is critical for balance. Even 30 seconds per day can prevent morning falls. 6. Activate your hand muscles to wake the brain. Most people don't know this, but your hands have a direct neurological connection to your brain's motor cortex, the area responsible for thinking, planning, and movement. When seniors wake up with stiff hands, their brain often feels slow too. Here's what I recommend. Hand activation exercise. Open your hands widely, close them gently into a fist, rotate your wrists, shake out your hands lightly. This helps warm up the small muscles, improve circulation, increase nerve signaling, wake the brain's motor cortex, and yes, this improves mental clarity almost instantly. Habit group 4. Lowering morning inflammation. Most seniors don't realize that inflammation is highest early in the day. This can affect memory, mood, and even the risk of stroke. So here are the key habits to lower that inflammation quickly. 7. Drink warm water with a slow sip. If you do this right after your first glass of plain water from part 2, it helps soothe the digestive tract and reduce inflammation. Warm water also expands blood vessels, improves circulation to the brain, relaxes the vagus nerve, lowers early morning oxidative stress. Seniors who wake up stiff or swollen benefit greatly. 8. The heart-to-brain walk. This is not a full walk, it's a short, slow-moving routine around your room or hallway for 1 to 2 minutes. The key is, walk slowly, gently, and mindfully. This helps normalize blood pressure, improve brain oxygen levels, prime your circulation, reduce inflammation, wake up your nervous system in a gentle way. Patients who do this tell me they feel clearer, steadier, and calmer for the rest of the morning.